51-year-old David Klein is behind bars after police found his mother unconscious and fused to bedsheets covered in dried feces and maggots. At 12:20 p.m. on Sunday the 7th of April, authorities responded to a home at 16 Dresner Circle in Upper Chichester Township, Pennsylvania, after receiving a call requesting a welfare check. A neighbour who made the request said he had not seen Daniel or his mother in months. The concerned caller said that Amazon packages were starting to stack up outside the house, and several white plastic bags consisting of unopened food were at the front door. When officers arrived at the premises, they knocked and rang the front doorbell numerous times with no answer. They then checked the rear sliding door and could partially see a large amount of trash on the floor and numerous flies on the windows, fearing that someone inside was either dead or having a medical emergency. Officers forced entry into the home when they detected a foul odour. Once inside the residence, they made contact with David Klein and asked him to escort them to his mother to check on her. While walking through the house toward the rear master bedroom where David claimed his mother was sleeping, officers found the home was littered with trash and swarming with flies. David's mother was found lying in bed under a soiled blanket and was unconscious but breathing. Medics were called to the house to remove the blanket from the elderly woman and found her lower half to be covered in dried feces and maggots. Her feet displayed what officials called ram's horn toenails. Medics were able to remove Daniel's mother from the bed, revealing her to be fused to the bed sheets. The victim was taken to the Crozer Chester Medical Center in a critical condition. Daniel told investigators that he was his mother's sole caretaker and that she had not been out of bed for 3 to 4 weeks, but police suspect the woman may have been confined to a filthy bed for months. Daniel was arrested and charged with abusing a dependent person and reckless endangerment. He remains held at the George Hill Correctional Facility on a $50,000 bond. The investigation into the matter continues. 37-year-old David Bunn is behind bars and is accused of kidnapping a child, drugging her and sexually abusing her. David met the teenage victim through Snapchat and utilised a ride-sharing service to bring her to his home at 5744 Kenwood Drive in North Point, Florida. Police were made aware of where the child may be after she did not return home. On Monday, the 8th of April, detectives went to David's home. After initially denying that the victim was in his residence, officers continued to investigate, finding the female juvenile inside his bedroom. The girl advised that she had been drugged, sexually battered multiple times, and was not allowed to leave the home. After interviewing the girl, police returned her to her parents. Authorities said that they are providing all available resources to her. David was arrested and charged with lewd, lascivious battery on a child between 12 to 16 years old, interfering with the custody of a minor and kidnapping. He was booked into the Sarasota County Jail, where he remains with no bond. North Point Police Chief Todd Garrison said, "Please do your best to keep track of who your children are talking to online, or keep them off it altogether. We understand that this is not easy, but monsters like this are real, and they're closer than you might imagine," he said. Authorities advise that it's possible that other victims could be out there, and have asked anyone with information to contact Crime Stoppers. 25-year-old Jennifer Prudencio is behind bars in connection to the death of her 3-year-old son Yael Prudencio. On the morning of Sunday the 7th of April, Yael was found deceased in an apartment at the Acadia complex at 242 Spencer Avenue in Chelsea, Massachusetts. Authorities said that Yael had been sick in the weeks leading up to his death. He suffered from a seizure disorder, had haemophilia, and had been vomiting blood in the days before he died. He had also fallen while having a seizure and suffered a bleeding face wound that wasn't healing properly. Jennifer had twice sought medical care for her son that week. On the night of Saturday the 6th of April, the child vomited again and appeared pale. Despite being aware that something was wrong, Jennifer left her 3-year-old in the care of her 2 other children, aged 7 and 8, and went out to a bar in Revere where she drank alcohol for a number of hours. Instead of returning home, she slept at her boyfriend's home in Somerville. At some point during the night, the 8-year-old texted his mother expressing concern for his 3-year-old brother's well-being. He even attached a video of the child. Jennifer told her son that she would soon be home, but didn't return until 10 a.m. the next morning, where she found a 3-year-old boy dead and contacted 911. While interviewed by police, Jennifer indicated that she was aware of the seriousness of her son's condition before leaving him with no adult supervision. She also admitted to receiving a text from her 8-year-old son during the night and deciding to stay out all night anyway. On Tuesday the 9th of April, Jennifer was arrested and charged with involuntary manslaughter and reckless endangerment. During her arraignment on Wednesday the 10th of April, she pleaded not guilty to the charges and was ordered held at the Suffolk County Jail on a $100,000 bond. The State Department of Children and Families took emergency custody of Jennifer's surviving children. The investigation into the matter continues.